Before we get into the video and I tell you what those three things are, I want to be really, really clear with something and say to you, because no one else seems to want to say it in the signal world, if you're about to deposit money that you actually need to live your life, stop it. Don't do it. Address that first, because if you're going to spend money that you need to pay the rent, a bill, or even if it's to pay for a weekend away that you have planned with your loved one, and you were going to take some money off the table to go and put it into here because you thought that you were going to be able to use that to make extra money, think again, because this might not be the avenue for you yet. Address the problem with needing the money first and then come back to this, because this is not the antidote to not having enough money. This is a way of growing money. Okay, so we've got that out of the way. I'm going to tell you the 3 reasons why you might struggle if you are taking signals, and 3 things that you actually might not expect, because if you're brand new to the world of signals or you've only just started and you might be having a different experience to the one that you hoped for, then this video is probably going to suit you. You're treating this like it's a get rich quick scheme, and so many people do, because how hard can it be? You're copying a signal from a professional trader. They tell you when to enter, when to take profit, and where to place your stop loss, and your job is easy, right? All you've got to do is copy it. It's not as easy as you might think, and the reason being is that you are a human being. You have emotions, and you might not think the emotions are what I'm talking about. You might go, I'm not emotional, I don't cry about losing money. Emotions could be anything: frustration, anger, revenge trading. Even if you're having a shitty day, that's going to impact your trading. But so many people come into this industry and they know that it's so easy to get involved with it. Sign up to a broker, deposit some money, create an account, follow a signal. You can be up and running in just a matter of hours, even if you've never done it before, because it really is that simple. The hard part is removing you from the whole thing. And what I mean by that is removing the emotions that are inevitably going to come up. Some of the emotions that I see the most are absolute frustration when things aren't going their way. I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. This is trading. Whether you like it or not, there is an element of gambling behind this. You are trusting somebody else with the analysis, and that they are going to be on the right side of probability, because that's all this is. We're trading probability. The price either goes up or it goes down in the parameters that you think. That's it. But it is gambling, because you're outsourcing or leveraging the brain of somebody else who you believe has a better insight into the market than you. And if you don't believe that, it's because you don't have the time to perform the analysis. If you believe that you could do a better job trading than the signal provider that you're following, then that's a red flag. You should probably not follow them. But if you don't fully trust it, that's going to have an impact as well, because you are going to start deviating from the plan. The trader's saying buy, but it looks like a sell. I don't really know. You're not going to trust it at that point. You're going to go with the trade potentially and go, I'm going to do what he says or she says because that is what I've been told. But the moment the price starts to go against you, you don't believe it. You start adjusting things. Oh, I knew it was a sell. Why did I follow this? And then you start acting and reacting rather than just acting with pure discipline. And reactions are what are going to get you burned. The second thing, and I see this all the time, is deviating from the plan by not being consistent. They approach every trade differently. They have different lot sizes per trade. They close profit at random time. They move their stop loss so that they don't get tapped out. Because let me tell you something. The pain of a loss is more than the joy of a win. And I don't know why. This is just human nature. But it really is. Because when you go into drawdown, that means your account goes below zero, below your entry point. And as it heads down towards that stop loss, and please tell me that you use a stop loss, because so many people don't, because they don't want to get tapped out. The worst emotion you can have in trading, in my opinion, is hope. I hope that it comes back into profit. I hope it doesn't hit my stop loss. And as long as there's hope, you're gambling. And what people do is, rather than take the loss, which is a structured, accounted for loss, stop the loss using a stop loss, that information, knowing that the trade is no longer valid, Doesn't sit well with many people. So what they do is they move the stop loss away from their entry or away from the live price to give them more room for the trade to reverse and go back in their favor. Because as long as they haven't hit the stop loss, there's hope, right? No, you need to cut it off there and then. But this is what people do. They interfere. As I say, inconsistent lot sizes. They move their stop loss. They take profit at random times. And this is a recipe for disaster. One of the things that I see happen all too often is the risk to reward ratio is completely mad. They're happy. I wouldn't say happy, but they go into the drawdown, scooping up positions. Maybe they're layering the zone. Buy, buy, buy. That's fine. But what they do when they go into that drawdown and their balance is negative, 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 the moment it goes back to break even, their heart's pounding and they just want to get out. I don't care about profit anymore. I just want to get out. I don't want to lose money. Or they go into a profit and they profit with £1.27. You were just about to risk £50 and you've now profited £1.57. What was the point of that? Your risk to reward ratio was terrible because they wasn't approaching this in a way that's just robotic. They were emotive. They were acting in a way that suggests that they were bothered about the outcome, and you cannot be bothered about it. You have to be completely numb. Good traders are boring. They don't start dancing, doing the sprinkler when... I don't know why I did that, but they don't start celebrating their wins. All they do is they go, close, next trade setup. They don't think about it. It isn't a win. It is just probability. And a loss isn't a loss. It's just information. And they just execute with zero emotion. You've almost got to be a psychopath to be a good trader. It takes a long time. And unfortunately, most people, they need to feel pain before they learn their lesson. And I'm telling you this. Try and learn from other people's mistakes. I know that's easier said than done, but I'm telling you now, you have to remove yourself from the equation if you want any level of success in trading. But you can't teach experience. Sometimes you've just got to go through it. As long as you learn your lesson from it, the money you lost isn't lost, it's a cost of education. If you can think of it like that, then you'll be all the better for it. Have you ever been in more than one signal group? Have you ever started to chop and change between different strategies? Yeah, me too. Because if there's no setup for the one that you're following, let's say you're in two signal groups and one group hasn't posted a trade, but the other group posts one, do you take it? Or do you say, that's not the group that I'm following, I'm going to wait for that? So many people will trade both groups. And the trouble is, often they're trading completely different and conflicting strategies. One might be trading institutional order flow, which is based on areas of liquidity. And the other one might be trading trends, support and resistance, RSI, MACD, or whatever their strategy is. Just because they align and you've got confluence between two groups, stick to one. Because the people that get burned the most are the ones who just chase a trade that doesn't exist. Sometimes the best trade is the one that you didn't take at all. Being able to sit on your hands and not do anything is a real skill. Most people haven't got it. But it's going to protect your account. Risk management is your only job when trading signals. Anyone can copy information from here and put it there. Anyone can do it. But risk management, the way that you manage the trade, when you take profit, when you move your stop loss to break even, when you exit the trade in a controlled loss, all of this is risk management. And you have to nail that. If you've been taking signals yourself and you're losing faith that you can do this, rest assured you are like everybody else. It is really hard to manage your emotion, be successful when you're relying on somebody else's analysis, but the moment you can remove yourself from the equation and just simply follow the orders, you will be successful. There is no other way that I know of where you can make money remotely from your phone or your laptop, where you can make a day's wage doing nothing but pressing buttons and copying information. It is an amazing way of making an income, but you have to take it seriously. So I hope that was useful. If they resonated with you, give me a comment below and let me know which one was the most like you, because I guarantee that something I said sounded like I was talking to you specifically. Don't lose faith. If you want to make this work, you absolutely can make it work. It just takes a bit of time. So I'll see you on the next video. And if you haven't already done it, please like the video, comment and subscribe. Helps me out.